All right, Lauren, thank you. We've been speaking with several of the city's mayoral candidates this week on Good Morning Maryland. 4 candidates are on the ballot, a Democrat, a Republican, and 2 independent candidates. WMAR 2 News' Mark Roper is live this morning outside City Hall. Mark, what can you tell us about the Republican candidate for Baltimore City Mayor?
Good morning, Ashley. Her name is Shannon Wright, although many people may know her as Pastor Shannon Wright. She lost her church after Hurricane Sandy, and while she doesn't have a current congregation, she now has her sights set here at City Hall.
Baltimore hasn't seen a Republican mayor at City Hall since Theodore McKeldin left office more than 50 years ago. It's also one reason Republican candidate Shannon Wright believes it's time for another.
If you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. The city needs change. It's had one party rule, one party leadership, one school of thought for the last 53 years, and clearly that's not working.
It's why, if elected, Wright says she will call for extensive fiscal and performance audits to determine what is working and what is not, as well as where to make cuts and where to expand.
We ask everyone that we're not contractually bound to keep for their resignation, and then give them an opportunity to plead their case as to why they should continue to spend the taxpayers' hard-earned dollars.
Sitting in her campaign office high above the Inner Harbor overlooking the city, Wright lays out her ideas for a better Baltimore.
Fix the schools, fix the infrastructure, reduce crime, bring in jobs. That's the plan. That's the strategy.
Part of her plan for reducing crime includes bringing the police and people in the community together.
When folks see problems within the police department, it makes them trust the police department less. When the police department sees that folks in the community have really lost respect for them, it makes it harder for them to do their job. So somehow we have to change the mindset of both of those groups so that they can start to work together.
Wright touts reducing the city's violent crime as key to increasing economic opportunities across Baltimore, with a focus on building up small and medium-sized Black and Brown-owned businesses.
We've reached out to the Minority Business Development Administration and asked what kind of resources are they talking about realistically being able to put on the table. I've asked and lobbied for Baltimore to be one of their pilot cities so that we have a first opportunity to be able to see how these programs work, to be able to get resources in.
While many available resources have been stretched thin by the pandemic.
COVID has already done so much damage, economic damage, and not just to Baltimore, to cities all around the country. So whereas before you might want to think about, well, we're going to lobby our state delegation and our federal folk to be able to get more money, in this cycle, everybody's going to be doing that.
But it's a financial challenge Wright proudly says she knows all too well.
I was born to a single-teen mom, okay? Lived in the projects with my grandparents. So I understand struggle. That's one thing that you have to understand to be able to lead this city. I understand not having a silver spoon or being able to write a check to fund my campaign.
Now, Wright says you can drive around the city and see potholes, trash not being picked up, and a crumbling infrastructure as a few reasons why she says current leadership at City Hall is not working. We're live at City Hall in downtown Baltimore. Mark Roper, WMAR 2 News.